Hey, what's good, y'all? This your boy Casey Phil, King Self for Life Wrestling and Takes. I know y'all like, man, so what happened to the reviews? Listen, y'all, like I said, I just needed to get some rest. That's all I needed. I just had to get recuperate. Um, I just recently watched Battle of the Belts, and I'm gonna be 1,000% with you. Battle of the Belts for me felt like Rampage. It felt like an additional hour of Rampage. Was the show good? Yes, it was okay, but I just felt like I was watching Rampage. So that's my honest take on that show. This is basically about Kenny Omega's situation that took place today, Kenny and Rhio. So after the show, after Battle of the Belts, Kenny Omega was online and he was congratulating Rhio and Britt on having an outstanding main event, saying that this is exactly what we want, more ladies to main event. Well, everybody and their mama hate Kenny Omega. I told you, man. Listen, the hatred for AEW is out of this world, insane. It's insane. Like listen, people who love I hate to say it, but this more than most of the people that hate AEW are hardcore WWE heads. Let's just call it for what it is. The tribalism that's in the IWC is just out of this world, insane. These fools, once again, when they don't know what else to do, they call themselves going at Kenny Omega, and they go at him, and I mean they go at him. Well, you know what everybody does in AEW. That's the EVP or in higher ups. They clap back. Kenny Omega, he started with this tweet. He said, listen, it felt nice to tweet something I was passionate about, but yikes, what a mistake. What compels people to leave cruel comments about others on my page? If you like someone someplace else, congrats. No need to go out your way to tweet at someone you already hate. And I agree 1,000% with him. But it didn't stop there. You had fools coming at him, calling him gay, calling him a pedophile, and the reason why is because this is Rhio way back in the day, and Rhio was dating at 9 to 10 years old. So fast forward to today, like I said, listen, Kenny loves the Joshi wrestlers. I don't know how people don't understand that. He loves the Japanese girls. Those are his favorite. So he's gonna do everything in their power to make sure anytime when they on television, you best believe Kenny Omega has his hands, his paw prints are all over them being with the way how they being pushed, whatever. So people's calling him gay, people's calling him a pedophile, and you know the IWC, when they go in, they go in. Well, a lot of people who are hardcore WWE heads were saying that Kenny Omega was out of line for clapping back, and that AEW needs to get better personnel, or when it comes to having a social media or being on social media, they need to have somebody to help them when they deal with that. Well, let me tell you something. I can agree to a point, but listen, if people are on this page calling you a sex offender, they disrespecting you, calling you a predator, sex predator, a pedophile, and all that crazy stuff, you got every right to defend yourself. And Kenny Omega had every right to defend himself. So now, Big Swole got into the picture because Big Swole was talking about what happened to this a young lady that I frequently mess with. I'm gonna be honest with you. Uh, I the content that she used to talk about, she really be talking about a lot of issues that we face. Her name is Lovely. I think that Lovely Lola Boo or something like that. Well, apparently she got kicked off Twitter, and we already know why. Well, her and Big Swole are tight, so she said something, and then this dude, I've seen his page get plastered around because he ended up on the Wrestling Cringe page about him saying that he preferred Summer Rae over CM Punk. And obviously that's his take. If he feels that way, fine. But he ended up on the Wrestling Cringe page. And at that point, everybody was coming at Wrestling Cringe for putting his picture up there. Well, he said something, and then Big Swole jumped right under there, and she said something, and it was basically trying to take all the stuff about, you see how everybody was coming to Kenny Omega's defense, but wasn't nobody coming to Big Swole's defense. And sure enough, fools was back again, not only in Big Swole's DMs, but they was also in Miss Lola, aka Lovely's DMs, calling her the N-word and everything. I told you, When you don't know what to say to somebody, that's the go-to thing. That's the go-to thing to call somebody out their name when you don't have no really real clapback or whatever. So a lot of people were saying Big Swole was trying to take what was happening with Kenny Omega and trying to make it out to be her herself. I say, look here, if Big Swole was doing that, that's on her. But let me get back to talking about Kenny Omega. Kenny Omega should be somewhere trying to rest. She should be somewhere trying to get his body right, so when his epic return comes back, he'll be ready to go hard in the ring. And a lot of people who hate this man are hardcore Jim Cornette fans, and we all know how Jim Cornette get down. Jim Cornette is a part of that same good old boys club as Vince McMahon. That's all you need to know. And the fools that love Jim Cornette, they hate AEW so much. They hate anything AEW does. So whatever Jim Cornette says, they go and they get to hollering and they get to trying to clap back at Kenny. And it's like, man, I'm like this. This is me. I'm not even finna waste my time. I'm about to start blocking fools. I don't have time to be going back and forth. I'm trying to get my body right. I don't need that stress. This is added stress. The IWC is a toxic, satanic place sometimes. It very is. This is why I'm so glad I don't be on the app all the time. I take breaks from Twitter. I really do, because it's just very toxic. You can't really be a wrestling fan. You can't even just be a regular person on there, because the IWC ain't just some toxic place. You got all the other people that be talking about everything else on there, and they be just as toxic just like the IWC. And like I said, it's just sad. It's sad all around. That's why I said I'm always gonna rep AEW. I don't give a care about all the buffoonery that happens. Listen, if I see buffoonery, I'm gonna call the buffoonery out. Like I tell y'all every day, every time I watch AEW, if it's something that I don't like, I'm gonna tell you about it. But when it comes to people that just like to hate, oh heck no, call that foolishness out. And like I said, Kenny Omega, he had every right to do what he had to do. But let me tell you something. If I was him, I would have said one thing, and I would just let those buffoons continue to say what they got to say. Block them, keep it moving. I don't have time for that added stress. I'm trying to get my body right. I'm trying to return ready to get back in the ring and start putting on classics like how I was before I left. He don't need that, man. And Rhio, she don't need that either. She don't need that. People just being wrong, being evil towards her, saying all kind of ill will. I said, man, if you don't like this is what I don't understand. Because, like I tell y'all every day, man, my relationship when it comes to WWE is the fact of how Vince McMahon does not give a crap about the cats who work for him. And he really hates the cats that look like me. I'll be trying to tell Black Wrestling on Twitter that every day, but for some reason, they think Vince gives a rat's behind about him. No, he doesn't. That's my issue with WWE. This is one of the major reasons why I don't mess with them. But I'm not fit to attack the wrestlers over there just because I got personal beef with Vince McMahon. I'm not finna go out there and just start being disrespectful towards the wrestlers that work over there. Heck no. But that seems to be the MO when it comes to AEW wrestlers. It does not matter what they do. It does not matter what they say. It does not matter what. Cats are always going to be on their helmet for absolutely no reason. If it calls for it to be on their helmet, you be on their helmet. But a lot of times these fools be on their helmet just to be on their helmet. They be saying disrespectful stuff, being evil towards them, call them out their name. I'm like, why are you doing this? Just if you gonna like AEW, don't say nothing about them. Don't tweet at them. You know that you can mute all AEW words, right? You can mute everything that's AEW. You don't have to see it on your timeline. But all these fools allow AEWs to live rent-free in their head. They live rent-free every day. Now, I'm not going to lie. The clowns that work at AEW sometimes allow WWE to live rent-free in their head. And that's one thing I wish they would quit doing. Quit worried about what's going on in WWE land. You focus on getting AEW better. The debut of AEW on TBS felt like they were still on TNT. Yes, they are on a new platform. They on a new television channel. And kudos to them for doing over 1 million. That was great. But I still felt like I was watching TNT Dynamite. This is a new era. And it didn't help with the injury that happened to my man Phoenix. Thank God he didn't break his arm. Thank God. He just severely dislocated, which I'm surprised because the way how he came down, it just looked like that man broke his arm for real. And that spot was unnecessary. They didn't need to do that spot. That's one of the biggest issues AEW got to quit doing. Quit doing all these dumb spots that don't make no sense. You don't have to do it. But like I said, every time It seems like anytime somebody that's a part of the AEW personnel, that's a part of the big wing folk, the EVPs, anytime they want to give respect to their fellow wrestlers or something, there's always some hater that's gonna come in the comment section and start being disrespectful towards them. And then people be talking about cyberbullying and all this foolishness. I don't want to hear it. Because the foolishness that they did to the young lady named Hannah, you remember who? The Asian girl that committed suicide and everybody was bullying her every day. I don't want to hear nothing about that. Because y'all doing the same thing to the AEW wrestlers. Every single one of y'all. Y'all doing the same thing. So I don't want to hear that nonsense. Y'all can miss me. Every single one of you goofies online can do that. Y'all can miss me. Now, kudos to the cats who are coming to their aid and, saying nice things towards them and appreciating everything they do. Because like I said, man, I appreciate all the cats in AEW. Listen, everybody in AEW could be a lot better. Everybody. I don't care from the top or the bottom. You can everything AEW does is not great. It's not. And like I said, from all 3 wrestling episodes I've seen this week, there's still room for a lot of improvement. I'm serious. There's room for a lot. We in a new era. This is the new era AEW. This is season 3. This is year 3. We are in year 3 because once October comes around, we will be in year 3. This is year 3 right now. It's time to elevate like nobody's business. Everybody. It's time. I told you, the foolishness that we've gotten in the past, we can't tolerate that mess. For me, AEW is allowed to maybe have 2 lackluster episodes every month. And I shouldn't even allow that. But they're allowed to have at least 2. I'm not tolerating no lackluster episode every week. I'm not. Because this is about growth, not setback. We can't be setting ourselves back. The cats that you got now got to step it up. Everybody got to step it up. TK, you got to step it up. The wrestlers on TV, everybody got to step it up. I want great wrestling. I want great television. We got to step it up. We had to. Now, that's just me having constructive criticism. I'm not finna sit up here and take shots at them and tell them that they suck and tell them that they need to kick rocks and tell them that they need to go kill themselves and all this dumb stuff. No, I'm telling them what they need to do as in a company to improve, even on social media. Like I say, when somebody says something, you ain't really got to clap back all the time. Just like I said, this is the one thing I can give that goofy clown Vince McMahon props. Vince McMahon don't hop online going back and forth with clowns. No. Listen, Vince McMahon don't care. That's what I want the AEW personnel to understand. Do not give a rat's behind. Don't give no type of energy to these idiots that hate you. Because that's what they want. These troll accounts, they want you to engage in them because they can say, I got you. That's what they want. You treat them like nobody. This is one of the things I be want. Listen, the people who respect you, the people who like y'all, the people who put y'all up there on the pedestal and say nothing but good things about y'all never respond to the cats like us. But meanwhile, the cats who be on here being disrespectful to y'all every day, y'all ready to clap back real quick. No, don't even waste your time. Don't even waste your time with those buffoons. You see what they say? Block their behinds. Block them. Don't even worry about it. Keep it moving. Because at the end of the day, you trying to get AEW to where they need to be. Not these satanic clowns that be online just sitting there just ready to start being evil towards you. We got to cut that mess out. We got to cut it out. Everybody. From Kenny, TK, Cody, Brandy, Young Bucks, Britt, all of them. Will, everybody. We got to cut the foolishness out. We got to cut it out. Ain't no time. Like I said, we got to cut it out. It's time for growth. Like I said, what they were saying about Rhio, satanic. What they were saying about Kenny, satanic. Like I said, Big Swole situation, y'all already know. But like I say, I told y'all before, there is such a disdain for AEW. Ever since AEW became a thing, fools that love Vince and them don't realize how much WWE is in serious trouble. Yes, WWE is still doing great when it comes to the ratings and all that stuff. But I'm telling y'all right now, I'm saying this. This is one of the major reasons why so many of these fools just hate on AEW, because they understand AEW is coming for the helmet. Now, Tony Khan said when AEW first started, he was not in the business of trying to put WWE out of business. He just wanted to have competition because he wants Vince and them to start making WWE worth watching. And Vince didn't answer the call. All Vince did was try to jump every time TK do something to try to make TK and them look goofy when in actuality they just making themselves look silly. I mean, you know, I'm just telling y'all the bold-faced truth like I always do. Excuse me. But like I said, man, it is what it is. Like I said, I every time I get on here, it's always something. It's always something. I might be gone, and then I come back, and then boom, it's some foolishness going on. I'm like, man, like I said, I wish we could just be wrestling fans, but no, we can't. We can't be wrestling fans on nothing. We can't, because cats are just gonna be on some straight goofiness, straight up like buffoonery. It's sad, y'all. It's very sad. It's very sad, y'all. And I like I said, I just pray for these cats right here. I just pray for them. Pray for that they have a sound mind. Keep their mental straight. Take a break. Get the heck off social media. Don't worry about what these fools are saying, because with these fools, they can't even shine your shoes. These are goofies that can't even wrestle, and yet they trying to talk to professional wrestlers like they know they could do the same thing. No, you can't even shine Kenny's shoes. You can't even shine Rhio's shoes. You can't even shine Big Swole's shoes. You can't even shine Dr. Britt Breaker's shoes. You can't even shine the Young Buck's shoes. You can't even shine the Cody Rhodes shoes. Yet you always in their mentions and call them stupid and call them dumb and saying an ill will towards them every 5 seconds. Just make it make sense. Same thing with Sheeta and them. Just hating just to be hating. But like I said, if you ain't got no haters, you must ain't be doing something in life. So obviously, Kenny and them is doing great. Rhio and them is doing great. They doing an outstanding job. There's a lot that AEW needs improvement on, but they doing a great job for right now. All of them. So that's my soliloquy on Kenny Omega situation in Rhio. Like I said, I wanted to get the reviews to y'all, but like I said, I just needed to get some rest. I'm serious. I needed to rest my body. I needed to get back to being 100%. And no, it's not COVID. So people was wondering if it was COVID. No, it's not. No, it's not. I went to go get tested, and results came back negative. So I said it's not. It ain't COVID. So so people wanted to know, but I was like, man, my body just was on some other stuff. I needed to get the rest that I needed. That's why I went on here doing the reviews like I usually do, because y'all know I hit y'all with the reviews like as I can. Like right at this show, if I'm here, I try to get the reviews out to you. But like I said, my body was like, no sir, you better get your tail in the bed and rest for real, because I needed that rest for real. You feel me? But this your boy Caseyville King Self for Life Wrestling Takes. I'm gone.